Hey, howdy folks. Let's go get some breakfast. Some fried chicken here. Last day in Phuket. And yeah, well, what do you mean we were last day in Phuket? When were you in Phuket? Yeah, came out to Phuket here last week. And then we're gonna head back to the capital via Prachuap next few days. But first, let's go get some breakfast, alright? Fried chicken. ข้าวเหนียวครับ
ครับท่าน
ครับ
ท่านเหนียวกี่ห่อ
2 ฟองครับ
ห่อละ5 บาทนะครับเอาไปลูก
My fried chicken here, 4 pieces for 75 baht. It's about $2. So what that was, about a little bit more than $2, maybe 230, 240, something like that. Whatever the US dollar is right now. I think in baht. Anyway, why aren't you wearing a mask? I know some of you are thinking. Well, okay, let's just give the benefit of the doubt that the masks are all they say they are, whatever they say they are. At the end of the day here in Thailand, no one's transmitted COVID out in public for 2-3 months. So it's a moot point as far as that's concerned. Oh, but they're lying. They're lying. Well, maybe they are. Maybe they aren't. All right, well, I'm going to enjoy my breakfast now. By the way, if you do go out to these stores here, the hang, the supermarkets and the department stores, they force you to wear a mask, even if there has been no transmission here for months. But anyway, for another time. So here in this next segment, it's a clip of us leaving the island of Phuket via the one and only land access point, which is a bridge right here. So coming up on the Tha Chat Chai checkpoint, which is not as bad as it was when we had left a few months prior, at the time when it was in full-on lockdown in Phuket. And at that time we had to register to leave. Unfortunately, I lost all the video clips that I took from that day, but yeah, it took 2 or 3 hours to get off, and they did a lot of contact tracing. We had to do a quarantine, 14-day quarantine once we were off the island, even though we were only traveling within Thailand, but because Phuket was considered a hotspot at the time. But here, the Tha Chat Chai checkpoint is a little bit more advanced than it was. They've got a lot of surveillance cameras that are basically tracking every car that comes on and off. It's going into a database now, so it was pretty smooth. Didn't take that long to get off. It doesn't seem like it's taking long to get on either. But yeah, they are using IoT and smart city applications more and more, starting with Phuket as a model. And of course, the whole 5G grid is taking off in Thailand. 5G, when they say it might be LTE, it might be actually 4G, but they are labeling it 5G. So they basically installed it. One of the leading countries in Asia and the world, actually, for the amount of coverage they've got going on there. And when I say LTE, we're talking about starting from 900 megahertz frequency all the way up to 2.5 right now, and in the main cities, including Phuket, Bangkok, and Chonburi. And they're basically on the grid right now as far as 4G, 5G is concerned, leading the way along with countries like Australia, apparently China, as well as Taiwan and even parts of Japan and definitely South Korea. So right now here in the clip you can see the last stretch of ocean before departing Phuket there to the left, to the west, as far as geographical orientation is concerned. And we're approaching the Sarasin Bridge, Sapan Sarasin, which is the main access point, the one and only land access point to come to Phuket or leave Phuket, which is an island, Thailand's largest island. And it's only a kilometer, maybe 2 kilometers away from the mainland, and it's connected by these bridges, actually 2 bridges, but they call them Sapan Sarasin. And you can actually walk across the bridge, but yeah. So we're about to depart Phuket there because we were down there for a week to do some errands. We had some urgent errands we had to run, so we just drove down. And yeah, as I mentioned, a lot of the new normal smart city technology is being rolled out in Thailand, and Thailand is definitely leading the way as far as the quote-unquote 5G, or it's really a lot of it right now. The frequencies are technically LTE 4G, in the 900 megahertz to 2.5 gigahertz range that they're rolling out. The coverage is just massive all around the main cities like Bangkok, Phuket, and a lot of that is, of course, is for the Agenda 2030 smart city rollout, as far as Internet of Things and artificial intelligence and integrating that with day-to-day life is concerned. So Thailand definitely proved during this recent lockdown that they are capable of quote-unquote containing the pandemic using local level lockdowns. But here you can see is crossing the bridge. There's the ocean, the Andaman Sea. So it's about 2 kilometers stretch across over the Sarasen Bridge from the mainland of Thailand to Thailand's largest island, or from Thailand's largest island, here in this case Phuket. But yeah, Phuket has definitely been dubbed a smart city 2020 is when they would start to integrate that, long before the COVID hit. Hey, we're in traffic now, going back to Bangkok today. Yeah, typical type of traffic situation in Thailand. So this Asia highway, of course, heading northbound. It's a 2-lane highway, but of course, whenever jams start up, it becomes an extra lane. The shoulder becomes a lane. This is typical Thai driving habits. Doesn't matter how many lanes you are. As soon as it starts to back up a little bit, Thai drivers will form a new lane on the shoulder and then create a bottleneck somewhere down the line. But yeah, anyway, it's raining a little bit. It's going to be a long drive. We're a good 275 miles. I'd say about 200 miles, not 275. About 200 kilometers from Bangkok. We were at 300. We left from Prachuap. We've got about 100. So another 200 to go, and it's going to be a slow drive just because it's a long weekend here. It's Tuesday, so everybody was headed up country for a 4-day weekend we had, and I suspect it's going to be a slow and long trip back to Bangkok, especially with roads like this and this amount of cars here. Yeah, let's concentrate on the road. Meanwhile, back in Bangkok, here we are gonna make some Chick-fil-A inspired chicken. Basically, probably won't taste anything like that, but that's okay. We've got some chicken that we are marinating in some milk and egg wash. And then after that, soon we will prepare to fry it up, but we have to bread it in some flour and breadcrumb mix here. It's been marinating, so step 1, marinate, and then, did you add any spice in this yet? Okay, so we got some spice, we got a little bit of paprika and some coarse salt. Well, maybe not some coarse salt, some Himalaya salt. Not exactly Chick-fil-A, but we'll find out. It should taste good because of the milk wash. And then we'll fry it up and let you know how it goes. Okay, so just getting ready. We're breading it, and then we're going to fry it next. As far as oil is concerned, for the Chick-fil-A recipes, they recommend you use peanut oil, which is very hard to find in Thailand. So as a substitute for peanut oil, apparently sunflower oil is a common substitute. That and canola oil. We'll find out. Right, so step 1, marinate in the milk and egg wash. Step 2, bread it with the flour, breadcrumbs, and whatever spices. This is all-purpose flour, but apparently you can also use a bread flour, which has some more gluten and protein in it, but this is just all-purpose flour. But anyway, so how it goes. So now the first of the frying. That goes. Also, another comment: if you're trying to replicate Chick-fil-A exactly, they use a pressure fryer or a deep fryer even works well. But here in our little balcony, our Bangkok balcony, we just got a propane stove and a big pan with oil in it. So just gotta go with the flow with what we got. Of course, it'd be nice to have a proper kitchen and all that stuff. But you know how it goes. Ooh yeah, smelling good for sure. Fry it up, golden brown. Smelling good. So, Aries, what do you think? What's the verdict? Good? Here's the final product. Well, second batch. Put a little bit more paprika to try to spice it up a little bit, but yeah, it's definitely not Chick-fil-A, but it's really good. So using milk wash and eggs, Definitely worthwhile. The kids will love it, and it's good. Ain't that right, buddy boy? Mm-mm. So, yummy, 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 yummy. Mm-hmm. Chop, ชอบอ่ะอร่อยไหมThat was some delicious, interesting Chick-fil-A inspired chicken. I know I started this clip early on with eating fried chicken in Phuket, and then made our own fried chicken. Just wanted to put this out there. Fried chicken's not healthy to eat regularly, and but yeah, definitely interesting to try inspired dish using egg and milk as milk wash. Really change up from the typical fried chicken you eat here, which is usually just like a wheat-based batter. But the milk wash with egg definitely helps the batter stick and flavor the food, the chicken in this case, a lot better. So anyway, now back to life in Bangkok here. We are going to get back to the typical things that we do here in Bangkok. Not much interesting content for the time being. So let's see if they lock down again. Just wanted to give you a quick little view at my van down there. As you can see, I got a little 20-watt solar panel on there. Just keeping the battery topped up in there. Not the main car battery, but my alternative energy power bank battery, which I actually had gotten pretty low because I took the main solar panel off. And so when I was redoing the text, so I've got that off right now, and just a little solar panel there to keep it topped up for now. And that's it for now, folks. So let's try to update this vlog channel with my very basic and ordinary life here in Thailand in the near future. Until then, thanks for listening, and catch you on the flip side, folks.